I'm Nikola Rangelovic, and this is my channel. You can expect me to talk about everything with no filters, no holding back information about what I think is the most important rules of this game and how to live a life that will absolutely keep you the happiest person possible, the most peaceful person possible. And this involves three really important things: having a happy soul, a happy mind, and a happy body. Because as scientists are starting to realize with quantum science, with quant means three, we're a three-part being. We're a mind, body, spirit. We're not just a physical body with a brain. We're not just bound by our genes. We're not just bound by our environment. We're also bound by our souls and their experience and its desires. So when people say, be true to yourself, do what your heart says, it's actually what your soul deeply desires and says. And some people may call it higher self. Some people may call it spirituality. People may call this our spiritual channel. Some people may call this a channel just talking about life. But I don't want to bound myself and give myself boundaries. I don't believe anybody should have any boundaries other than universal natural laws of this universe, which are something that nobody ever talks about. But we won't talk about this in the update of the channel. But I want to just share my knowledge I've learned, first of all, about my first personal finance, because for a long time I was obsessed with chasing money. And then when I kind of made that trauma happy and made that wounded child happy with how I was making money, I realized, I actually need girls. I just need lots of girls because that's what men need. I need to be a successful man and I need money and girls. That's what society says I have to do, right? And I was deeply wounded, like so many people out there, everyone out there. And then for a very long time, I just dropped everything, quit my job, and 24/7 just chased girls. And then after I fulfilled that trauma and realized, well, money didn't make me happy, girls didn't make me happy, what the fuck is the point of life, right? And then after some self-reflecting and a really big inspiration in my life, the Woke as Fuck podcast, woke.as, that's the website. After listening to that really crazy spiritual podcast, a really, really woo-woo out there podcast that blew my mind, literally, I was like, okay, well, I guess there's more to life than what society says we should do in life. Have a safe job and have a safe relationship, and not, nothing else is important. Just keep your head down, work, sleep, watch TV. Once I realized that most things we know about the world are completely false, not just wrong, completely false, and that if you do basically the opposite of what you're told to do, you will have an amazing life. When I realized that, I started chasing this crazy thing called spirituality, where you're working on your soul. But it's not as fancy as most people make it out to be. People think that being spiritually advanced, being this yogi, Buddha, saint, you have to climb levels and climb mountains and self-discipline. Yeah, discipline is a part of it. Focus is really important. That's where meditation is a good tool. But it's actually simpler than most people say it is. It's just stripping away what you're not. And this is one of my favorite stories. I want to put this as the most important story that represents my channel at this point. Right now it's May 2020. It's about to be summer. I'm working in my garden and I'll be probably sharing lots of things about just being who you are, stripping away the programming. And let me just tell you one really beautiful story that is, this story comes from my current spiritual mentor. And this is a story of how David was made. David, the perfect statue by all artistic standards. Michelangelo's best life work. It's considered like the top, all-time high, best representation of art there is. So one day Michelangelo goes to the place where you can buy big blocks of marbles, and he sees this really, really flawed marble that nobody wanted. And he's like, I want that one. And the guy who's selling marble stones is like, you sure about it? It's really flawed. It's ugly. What are you gonna make from that? He's like, just give me that one. And he chipped away. From that flawed piece of marble came the greatest statue in the history of known mankind, Michelangelo's David, the most beautiful representation of man. And when they asked him how were you able to make this beautiful statue, what he said was, well, I just chipped away everything that's not David. And that's how you become the best version of yourself. Quite simple. Just chip away everything you're not. And as I said to my to a person I'm mentoring right now myself, when he asked me, like, how do I grow spiritually, increase my vibration? I'm like, well, it's not. Imagine you're at the bottom of the sea. You're in this dense vibration. Things are just pressing. There's just pressure all around you, and you're just full of, your pockets are full of metal. There's armor all over you. You have this protection, this ego, this defense mechanisms, and you're scared of the world, and it's cold, it's dark. You're at the bottom of the ocean. The easiest way to get to the top of the ocean, to go to the higher vibrations, to develop yourself spiritually, mentally, physically, is just take off what's not you. Literally just empty your pockets out of all the lead, out of all the heavy metals. Literally detox your body from heavy metals, like literally. Stop putting your toxins in your body. Let go of the traumas and wounds and emotional traumas and problems and your judgment of other people. Let go of judgments of yourself, and just when you clean all this stuff that's not naturally who you are, and that's not who you were as a child when you were this perfect happy self, when you just drop all that programming that came from your childhood, from your early teens, from your teens, from all the years you spent in this fucked up society, all you have to do is just drop away what you're not, and you will be who you truly are. And the only thing stopping you from this fun word we use, enlightenment, is your belief that you're not already enlightened. It took me a while to get that phrase. I'm still working on it, haven't completely understood it, but beautiful phrase. The only thing stopping you from being enlightened is your belief that you aren't already enlightened. So just find that deep part of yourself that's already happy, that's already peaceful, and let it be happy and peaceful. That's it. And that's what this whole channel is dedicated to you, to making you your real you, and being true to yourself, because you have everything you possibly need, and you are enough. Despite what society tells you, you don't need things that are outside of you, materialistic things, to be happy. And that's how I became a hippie. Welcome to my channel.